Dive into the annals of history and you'll discover a queen who was as formidable as she was enigmatic. Queen Tomyris. She was the ruler of the Massagetai, a nomadic tribal confederation that once roamed the harsh terrains of Central Asia. A woman of iron will and fierce courage, Queen Tomyris held the reins of power during a time when leadership was largely a man's domain. Her reign, though shrouded in mystery, is punctuated by tales of valor and strategic brilliance. But it was her audacious victory over Cyrus the Great, the powerful ruler of the Persian Empire, that forever etched her name in the annals of history. Against overwhelming odds, she defended her people and their lands from the Persian onslaught, proving to the world that a woman's place could indeed be on the battlefield, leading her troops to victory. Thus begins the tale of a queen who dared to challenge the might of the Persian Empire. But before we begin, please like, share and subscribe. Our story begins with Tomyris ascending to power, a woman destined to rule and defend her people. This rise was not a mere stroke of fortune, but a testament to her strength, wisdom and resilience. Tomyris, a woman of the Massagetai, a nomadic tribe that roamed the steppes of Central Asia, was not born into an era of equality. Quite the contrary. In her time, the societal norms were rigid, expectations were high, and the role of women was largely confined to the home. Women were seen as caregivers, not leaders. They were expected to bear children, not bear the weight of a kingdom. Yet Tomyris defied these norms, shattering the glass ceiling of her time. She was a maverick, a paradigm shift in a world that was not quite ready for her. Her rise to power was not an easy journey. It was a path fraught with challenges and obstacles. But Tomyris was no ordinary woman. She was a woman of iron will, a woman who refused to be silenced or sidelined. She was a beacon of hope for her people and a beacon of fear for her enemies. Her ascension was a beacon of change. It was a signal to the world that women could rule, and they could rule with strength, wisdom and justice. Tomyris was not just a queen, she was a symbol of power, a symbol of defiance, a symbol of change. Yet her rule was not a reign of tyranny or oppression. No, Tomyris was a leader who cared for her people, who listened to their needs, who fought for their rights. She was a leader who led with compassion, who led with integrity, who led with courage. The world was not ready for a queen like Tomyris, but she was ready for the world. She was ready to defy the norms, to break the barriers, to challenge the status quo. She was ready to lead, to rule, and to make a difference. With the reins of power in her hands, Tomyris was set to carve her own path in history. And what a path it was! A path of courage, strength, and defiance. A path that would forever change the course of history. In the face of aggression, Tomyris stood firm, ready to defend her kingdom against the mighty Persians. Her courage was as vast as the steppes she ruled, her resolve as solid as the mountains that bordered her land. In the twilight of the 6th century BC, a storm was brewing on the horizon of the Massagetai kingdom. At the heart of this storm was Cyrus the Great, the Emperor of Persia, a man whose ambition knew no bounds. Cyrus, hungry for expansion, set his eyes on the lands of the Massagetai. He proposed a marriage alliance with Tomyris, a ruse to seize control of her kingdom. But Tomyris was no ordinary queen. She saw through Cyrus's deceit, refusing his proposal and warning him against any form of aggression. Cyrus, however, was not a man to take no for an answer. He decided to take what he desired by force, igniting a clash of titans. The Persians against the Massagetai. The stage was set for a battle that would echo through the ages. Tomyris, a warrior queen, was undeterred by the looming Persian menace. She was a tactician, a leader who knew her people and her land. She devised a strategy to lure the Persians into a trap. She left a portion of her army, along with a large stock of wine, seemingly unguarded. The Persians, upon discovering the camp, overindulged in the wine, impairing their judgment and fighting abilities. Seizing this opportunity, Tomyris led the rest of her forces into a surprise attack, catching the Persians off guard. The battle that ensued was fierce and bloody. The Massagetai, under Tomyris's command, fought with a ferocity that matched the harshness of their homeland. Tomyris herself was in the thick of the battle, her sword a whirling dervish of death. She sought Cyrus, determined to meet him in personal combat. The outcome of this encounter is lost in the fog of history, but what is known is that when the dust settled, Cyrus the Great, the mighty emperor of Persia, lay dead, The queen had triumphed over the king. Tomyris had defended her kingdom against an empire, a feat few could claim. Her victory was not just a military achievement, but a testament to her strategic acumen, her indomitable spirit, and her refusal to bow to treachery. Tomyris was not just a queen. She was a warrior, a leader, a woman of substance. She stood tall in a world that often overlooked the strength and capabilities of women. She did not just survive, she thrived, showing the world that a woman could rule, could fight, and could win. In a world dominated by men, Tomyris had proven herself a worthy, if not superior, adversary. Her story is not just a tale of a queen, but a tale of a woman who dared to challenge the status quo, who dared to fight, and who dared to win. Following her victory, Tomyris continued to rule with resilience and determination. With the Persian threat quelled, she turned her focus inward, to her people and her kingdom. Tomyris was not just a warrior queen, she was a ruler who deeply cared for her people. She knew that the strength of a kingdom lay not only in its military might, but also in the welfare of its subjects. And so she embarked on a series of reforms and initiatives aimed at improving the lives of the Massagetæ. She was known to have established a fair and just system of governance, one that valued the voices of her people. In a time when many rulers were tyrants, Tomyris was a beacon of justice. She was firm, yet compassionate, always making decisions with the best interest of her people in mind. Tomyris was also a visionary leader. She understood the importance of trade and diplomacy, so she worked tirelessly to establish alliances and foster relationships with neighboring tribes and kingdoms. This not only ensured the prosperity of the Massagetæ, but also cemented their place as a significant power in the region. But perhaps what set Tomyris apart was her unwavering commitment to her people. She was a queen who would go to any lengths to protect her kingdom and its inhabitants. She was a queen who led from the front, a queen who was not afraid to get her hands dirty if it meant the safety and prosperity of her people. In her, the Massagetæ found a leader they could look up to, a leader they could trust, and a leader they could follow without hesitation. Her rule was characterized by peace, prosperity, and progress, a testament to her leadership skills and vision. And so Tomyris continued to rule, her reign marked by her resilience, determination, and a deep sense of responsibility towards her people. She was not just a queen, she was a protector, a guide, and a symbol of strength for her people. Throughout her reign, Tomyris remained a beacon of strength and resilience for her people. Even in death, Tomyris's legacy continued to echo through the corridors of history. This warrior queen, who once ruled over the Massagetæ with unfaltering courage and strategic brilliance, left an indelible mark on her people and the region. Tomyris's rule was more than a reign, it was a defining era that shaped the course of Central Asian history. Under her leadership, the Massagetæ flourished, not just in terms of military might, but also in their cultural and societal development. She was a beacon of strength and resilience, inspiring her people to brave any storm that came their way. Her rule laid the groundwork for a society that valued courage, strategic thinking, and a fierce devotion to their land. But the impact of Tomyris's reign wasn't confined to the borders of her kingdom. Her victory over Cyrus the Great, one of history's most formidable conquerors, sent shockwaves through the ancient world. It underscored the power of a determined leader and a united people, forever changing perceptions of the barbarian tribes of the steppes. In the centuries that followed, Tomyris's legacy lived on in the collective memory of the people. Her story was passed down through generations, immortalized in art, literature, and popular culture. From the grand tapestries of the Middle Ages to the epic poems of the Renaissance, Tomyris has been depicted as a symbol of female empowerment, a testament to her enduring influence. In the modern age, Tomyris continues to captivate us. She is the subject of numerous books, films, and even video games, epitomizing the archetype of the warrior queen. Her name is synonymous with courage and defiance, serving as a powerful reminder of the strength of women in history. From the steppes of Central Asia, Queen Tomyris's story continues to captivate us, reminding us of the power of courage, resilience, and strategic brilliance. As we delve into her tale, we are reminded not just of a queen, but of a woman who dared to defy the norms, who chose to fight rather than surrender, and who, in doing so, carved her name into the annals of history. Thank you for tuning in. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe for more videos. And as always, leave any questions or topics you'd like us to cover in the comments section. See you in our next inspiring videos.